Oh, look at that. It's the internet's resident silly goose. Let's see what the topic is today, shall we?
Guys, I just wanted to point out that when they show you the destruction of the White House, this is the part that got knocked down.
No, that's the part that got knocked down first.
See this little awning over here? That's what they knocked down because they need space for the building that's going there.
Well, let's see. Let's see if that's the only part that got knocked down. Oh, there's the before and after, if you will. You can see the top frame shows the entirety of the East Wing, and then the bottom, boy, there ain't nothing left, is there? And just for good measure, let's just zoom in a little bit on the after picture here. Yeah, boy, not a piece of mortar was missed, huh?
This is where the president works. This is where the Oval Office is. This is where you see everything going on in the White House. This is where the president lives. You do a White House tour. This is where you go. This is the East Wing.
No, that is the entrance to the East Wing.
Which, in case you were unaware, started as an indoor pool for FDR.
No, it didn't. The indoor pool, constructed during FDR's presidency, was built on the West Terrace, in between the residence and what we now call the West Wing. It's on the west side of the building. In fact, the American people get to see the location of the indoor pool every single time there's a press briefing, and Caroline Leavitt reminds us why she's wholly unqualified for the job she holds. That's right. The indoor pool, or rather where the indoor pool used to be, sits below the White House press briefing room. The press pool. Clever, isn't it?
Can't take it down. It was a fucking pool. The president, FDR, spent your money to build an indoor pool.
No, FDR did not spend our money to build an indoor pool for him. We spent our money on the pool for FDR's White House. You see, when we found out that FDR had polio, the New York Daily News decided to hold a public fundraising campaign to raise $12,000 to install a pool in the White House for FDR. We thought he should have a pool because patients of polio often need a pool for their physical therapy to treat the symptoms of polio.
Of course, fucking Teddy Roosevelt decided to do some construction.
No. That picture was 25 years after Teddy Roosevelt's presidency during the Calvin Coolidge administration. In fact, let's zoom in on another picture. This is the president, right there, inspecting the work. Does that look like rotund Teddy Roosevelt to you? Now, your lack of Googling skills notwithstanding, you could still make the point that, well, Coolidge was doing some renovations to the White House, right? Wrong. Calvin Coolidge received a worrying report that the White House roof was in danger of collapsing. Not only were the trusses old, but they were being weighed down by an overstuffed attic. Over decades, the attic had become a repository for tons of paper records and discarded machinery. So, no, your argument is not in good faith, because Calvin Coolidge was doing construction to make sure that the building stayed standing.
Fucking Truman put a bowling alley, and Obama put a fucking basketball court.
No, Obama did not put in a basketball court. He put down some lines on an existing tennis court so that they could play basketball on it. The court was already there. They didn't build anything. There was no $350 million price tag for a basketball rim.
By the way, it's the first construction done on the White House that we're not paying for. So shut the fuck up.
Well, you're right there. Unless, of course, Donald Trump orders the DOJ to pay him the $230 million that he is suing them for having investigated him. Yeah? Now, $230 million would be a sizable chunk out of the $350 million price tag on the thing that he just announced today. Now, remind me again, from where would that $230 million come from should the DOJ be ordered by the president to pay the president? Oh, that's right. That would be your pockets and my pockets. The American taxpayer would be forking over $230 million to the president. So, once again, Joe, you have proven to all of the internet that you are indeed the silliest of all the gooses.